Hello and welcome. This video is brought to you by the StreamingAdvisor.com. Tailor your entertainment with streaming. And what you're looking at right here is the Disney Plus app for Roku. We started recording this video as of the second Disney Plus was available. And we're going to take a good look at everything you're going to see here in the Disney Plus app. We're not going to click on every single movie and TV show, but we're going to give you a good in-depth look at the app. We're going to take a look at the sections. We're going to look at the settings. We're going to just, by the time you're done with this, you're really going to know what you're looking at. And just starting here, look at the originals. There's not a whole lot here, but this is going to be a major section. The Hero Project, that's should be interesting to take a look at over time. But in the original section, there's going to be a lot of interesting content, including Marvel things, Star Wars things. And you're already noticing, while there's a whole group of branded sections, the Disney Plus homepage is set up just like pretty much anything else. You see hit movies, and you're going to see a lot of different little genres listed. This way, it's not unlike Netflix and Crackle, things like that. But I think we should have expected this to look more or less like any other given app. Under trending, I don't know where trending comes from, since this is pretty much a couple of minutes in. You're seeing a lot of things, including the Lady and the Tramp live action movie. That's going to be a big deal. I'd be very curious to see how many people watch that right now. You see, there are a number of prefab categories, and this is a big one, HDR and HD. That should be interesting. Throwbacks is going to be old stuff from the Disney Channel. So let's take a look now at the actual sections. Under recommended for you, you're seeing a lot of things that I don't quite understand because we haven't watched anything that can be recommended to us. We'll have to see if that grows, because right now some of these category ideas really don't make any sense. I imagine that overall trending will change. Now, recommended for you is, it's interesting that Sound of Music is in there. I'd recently read that some of those classic musicals were going to be in there. It's Willow. I didn't know Willow was going to be in Disney Plus. Did you? The X-Men cartoon show is a big deal. That was the Fox show that kind of broke the X-Men open for a whole generation. Kind of defined characters like Wolverine. Without that, we might not have ever seen Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Now, people of a certain generation will remember The Vault. This is coming out of The Vault. Buy now. Now, The Vault is open and available through streaming. This is going to be one of the big sections. If people want to show their kids the classic Disney, that's where you're going to find it. Along with, it looks like, pretty much everything else. Under Disney Channel favorites, this is just stuff directly from the Disney Channel. Their entire archive is pretty much going to be available through this. The Disney Channel content it's hardly the quality of the things that you see at the movie theater, but there is definitely an audience for it. Look, there's Davy Crockett. I never even actually saw that. It's a pretty iconic movie from the 60s. But the true stories section is, true enough. It's Hollywood true. Disney Hollywood true at that. The Ultra HDR section should be a big deal, because this is going to give people who have a 4K TV, really invested in that, to see a lot of content, the way that they really want to see it. Including, it looks like, some good Star Wars and Marvel content. definitely expect musicals to be one of the bigger sections of the Disney app because musicals have defined the company for so long. So let's keep an eye on that. There's The Nightmare Before Christmas just in time for, you know, Thanksgiving, which doesn't exist in most people's eyes, right? But, during Thanksgiving dinner, you can get yourself ready for Christmas by watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. Throwbacks kind of seems like a redundant section, but looks like we're going to find a lot of the old stuff. I wonder if they're going to have DuckTales and that. Phantom Menace. Now, I never knew that there was a Silver Surfer show, but I might have to check that out. But the throwback section could have a couple of hidden treasures. We'll see. Nostalgic movies, again. What's the difference between throwback and nostalgic? Looks like nostalgic is older stuff, including The Return to Oz. That's interesting. So there's actually a lot to see in this general section. What I think a lot of people are interested in is seeing what is the deal with these, specific things. Because that's all anybody talks about. And I really like that intro section. It gives your branding right there. This is the Disney stuff, and there is the live action Lady and the Tramp. This is going to be... I really think this is going to be huge. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am here, but I think this is going to be a really, really big deal in streaming in general, in the media, because people have been waiting for this for a long, long time. There's a whole section of animated movies. I would imagine, just like musicals, the animated movie section is going to be big. And you're noticing, by the way, you might have noticed a couple of sort of refreshes on the screen. I would imagine this is happening because so many people are probably checking it out at this moment. So I wouldn't get too concerned about that. We're taking a good look at this. On top of that, there is a lot of animated stuff that you might not have seen in a long time, including Steamboat Willie. Steamboat Willie was the very, very first Disney animated short. So this is a bit of history here. You can kind of go through and see a whole group of things that you might not have run across, might not have ever seen, might have seen years and years and years ago. But there is a lot there under Mickey Mouse Through the Years. I've got a cute little hat I got from Disney World that has like Mickey Mouse, different versions of his animated self. But this is really cool. You can't get away without princesses in Disney, so there's a whole section of princess fairy tales here in the Disney section. That should make a lot of people happy. If maybe I'll finally have a chance to watch Moana, which I've somehow avoided. Well, maybe I haven't watched it on purpose. But regardless, if that's what you're looking for, this is where you can find it. But the Disney section has a lot of stuff. You're going to find content from throughout the years. You can relive your childhood and share it with your own. Now in the Pixar section, this is going to be a big section. Right now, it doesn't seem to be as substantial as some things. But you find that there are sections set up for Toy Story and Cars at the moment. The Unlikely Heroes section kind of has some offbeat stories. And you even see a section just for the shorts from Pixar. The shorts, are something that sort of defined the company, especially early on. Some people look forward to seeing whatever the short film's going to be before a Pixar feature. So it's right there. There aren't, like I said, there aren't a whole lot of titles in this section. But, as every Pixar movie that comes out in the future is going to be available there. Now, Marvel is a place that, a lot of people have been looking forward to, and it's really exciting to note that Endgame is available right from the start. They're not messing around with that. That's the number one movie of 2019, and it's sitting right there, ready to go. You see that there are lots and different sections of this, and we might note that when you click on a movie, you can actually see the extras that are involved with it. It's has DVD type features. I really like that. The mini adventures here are like shorts that are provided through this service. These aren't the heavy hitting sorts of things, and you're not going to see the Spider-Man Sony films, but you will get a lot of Spider-Man in this through the Spider-Verse. The Spider-Verse is basically every single version of Spider-Man as far as its animated world goes. There's Spider-Man and his amazing friends back there. And of course it integrates the other movies that Spider-Man was involved with. Under Marvel through the years, you see a lot of different animated things, including the Silver Surfer series, which I've never seen. This brings about a lot of different, related and unrelated sorts of things. To me, it looks like Disney is figuring this out just a little bit, though it's pretty polished. Up here, we're going to take a look at the Star Wars section. Star Wars is broken down by movies and series, and I believe there's a Darth Vader featured section. Fans of the original trilogy will be very excited to see that they're all available here, along with the newbies. Of course, if you want to watch it in order, you got to start with Rogue One, but, under the series, there haven't been all that many Star Wars series, and it looks like more of them are pushing towards children. Under specials, you're going to find a lot of random things. One thing you will not find under specials is the Star Wars Holiday Special. You might be noticing this has the same feel as lots of different apps on Roku. They haven't exactly broken the mold on this app, but as you see, it's very easy to file through. This Darth Vader collection seems to be mostly Lego stuff, doesn't it? And Star Wars Through the Years, again, this is a compilation of pretty much everything they ever put out about Star Wars that is currently available. National Geographic is a big deal. National Geographic, of course, has always been the place, the go-to place for nature documentaries. And the combined power of Disney's nature documentaries and National Geographic's nature documentaries and programming should be a really great educational resource for anybody, kids and adults alike. I've always liked learning type content ever since I was a kid. So this is going to be a really interesting little spot. The only thing that might compare is something like Smithsonian. So that is sort of a feel for the basics. I want to point out that Disney Plus has profiles. You can add a profile and select which one you're using at any given time. That way you can control whether your own screen gets suggested with a bunch of children's programming or the things that you want to watch. Once you have things that you like, you can set up a watch list. You can just do that from the movies themselves. Now you notice up top that this looks a whole lot like Hulu. Hulu's basic setup that Disney obviously decided they already had a format for connected TV devices, and their little sections here are broken down in that same way. So you can go directly to your animated things and directly to Disney comedies and so on. And that's cool. That's really helpful for those of you that are trying to find specific things at specific times. On top of that, though, we've been talking all about basic Disney content, but remember, Disney Plus is now home to The Simpsons. The Simpsons has 30 full seasons here of content for you to relive, watch your favorite episodes. It's funny considering how many times The Simpsons kind of makes fun of Disney. There were episodes about, basically saying... Now, in the original section is where you're going to start really seeing things pop. At the moment, there are not a lot of originals out there. One thing that is available, of course, is The Mandalorian. Keep in mind, though, The Mandalorian is not a series that you can just binge all the way through like a Netflix show. They're rolling out the episodes every couple of days over time. Of course, at some point, people are going to be able to sign up for this service and the whole series will have come through. But in general, that is where it is right now. This is the basic settings menu. It's pretty solid, but it's pretty simplistic. Not a lot there, but that's probably a good thing. In general, that is what Disney Plus is going to do for you at launch. As we all know, it's going to grow. Eventually, all of the Avengers content is going to live here. Every new Star Wars movie that debuts is going to live here. All of the new Pixar. Pretty much anything Disney puts out now is going to be on Disney Plus and not Netflix or anything else. I hope you found that helpful. Like I said, this is the Roku version of Disney Plus. You can just add it to the App Store. Ryan Downey, the streaming advisor. As always, please subscribe and stream on, my friends.